Breaking news. Scientists discover that toilet paper cures the coronavirus. Just kidding. But you would think that by the way that people are hoarding absurd amounts of the product. Although it's disappointing to hear, that's not the reason for the frenzy. Foremost, it's important to know the difference between fear and anxiety. To put things simply, imagine a lion. Fear is a response to an observable, definite, or immediate threat, a lion right in front of you, whereas anxiety is seen as an objectless, vague sense of apprehension or impending doom, a lion looming in the distance. So, how does the brain respond during times of crisis? Let's begin by splitting the brain into two parts. The prefrontal cortex, which handles behavioral responses such as reasoning and decision-making, is the cognitive brain. The amygdala handles survival instinct, memory, and emotional response, specifically fear. This is a part of the emotional brain. When an external stimulus raises concern in an individual, the amygdala activates and will do anything in its ability to get out of harm's way. The prefrontal cortex, however, insists we think through the situation logically. Taking a closer look, a useful analogy is to think of a neuron as a tree. We call the branches of these so-called trees dendrites. The dendrites receive electrochemical signals called neurotransmitters from the previous nerve cell. These nerve impulses send messages throughout the brain and body. During panic, the dendrites of the neurons in the prefrontal cortex begin to wither, as for the ones in the amygdala, we see these branches grow. And so that can lead to us having stronger emotion-driven responses to danger and for them to be less calculated courses of action. Fear reaction starts in the brain and spreads through the body to make adjustments for the best defense reaction. We call this the fight or flight response. You may now be thinking, how does this apply during a pandemic if we can neither outrun nor punch the virus? Well, the effects aren't only physical. The suppress of the cognitive brain by the output of fear from the emotional brain means choices we normally make calmly and rationally are instead driven by worries. Fight or flight is great if you need to run away from or fight off a lion, but threats like the coronavirus don't provide us a clear outlet to exert that energy. Uncertainties like those of the Covid-19 pandemic are what's driving panic buying. Purchasing items in excess and stockpiling products such as toilet paper provides us the comfort of preparation and semblance of control in an otherwise uncontrollable circumstance that alleviates our fear and anxieties. We are living in times of acute stress. COVID-19 is a true danger. The risks are real. There's no wonder that many of us are feeling anxious and letting that fear response guide some of our decisions. But fight or flight driven thinking will only worsen the matter. Panic is a pandemic almost graver than that of COVID. So to overcome these strong psychological urges at the supermarket, stop. Take a deep breath, empathize with those around you, and ask yourself, what are you really afraid of? And is 10 packs of toilet paper the greatest solution?